Hello, lovely people. It's Alethea Thomas. Welcome back to my channel. I normally record videos about books and bookish topics, so if you are interested in any of that, you're in the right place. Today I'm talking about my TBR for the month of November. It is almost the end of the year. We have November and December to get through, and oh my goodness, it's been kind of crazy. And I'm very close to my goal of 100 books, so I'm going to try and squeeze in as much as I can. I looked at my physical TBR recently and noted that I have 25 physical books on my shelf that I haven't read yet, but I've bought or, come across in one way or another. And they're just sitting there and staring at me on the shelf. So I'm gonna try my hardest to focus on physical books that I actually have in my possession. We will see. I do have like 2 library books that I checked out and I need to read as well. So I've put them on the TBR too. But this is going to be a big variety of books. And I know for certain I'm not going to get to all of them. And if I do, that's fantastic. If I don't, that's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. It's a chaotic mess over here all the time. My TBR is more like a suggestion pile than anything else these days. I usually will focus on one type of book and then I'll end up going to another type and then kind of meandering my way through different types of books and what I'm feeling like reading. So if I actually get to them, who knows? But these are ones I should try my hardest to get to. So what I will get started with are a couple of books I've already finished in November, and that would be right here, A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. Very good book, enjoyed it immensely. I talked about it also in a video coming up, one of my weekly vlogs coming up, and I think it's going to be after this video. So I will say, already finished it. Very good. Love the crap out of it. 4.5 stars for me. I may have on my Goodreads set it at 5 stars, but I don't recall off the top of my head. I love how this book wrapped up. It was so good. I enjoyed the heck out of it. Liked all of the characters. Very fun. I feel like this Once a Broken Heart series is probably Stephanie Garber's best work so far. And the Ballad of Never After I do think is still my favorite, but A Curse for True Love is a very, very close second. So, it is what it is. So they're really good. If you like fantasy romance, but you don't like a lot of spice, these are perfect. Go ahead and get that if you enjoy that sort of thing. I also, because I finished that book, wanted to read her other series. So Caraval. And they are a related series. I believe all of this happens in the same world. It might be different time periods, though, this happens. So the events in Caraval also happen before the events of Once Upon a Broken Heart, as far as I understand. So I did pick up Caraval, and I listened to this thing in a very short amount of time. I want to say it was like 2.5 days. And it was so quick. It was very good. I did enjoy it a lot. There were a couple of places where I felt like I got a little bit lost because I didn't know where the plot was going exactly. But I do think this was really good. And now I have started on the second book in the series of Caraval called Legendary. So I'm in the middle of Legendary right now. So that is my non-physical TBR currently. Legendary, Caraval, which I have finished. And then there is one more book called Dragon Wick that I do not possess that I think I'm really interested in reading. Dragon Wick is a gothic novel, and it's about a girl that goes off to girl that moves to the estate of Dragonwyck and kind of falls in love with the gothic property and all of that. I don't really know much else about Dragonwyck, but I keep seeing it cropping up on these gothic lists. So I'm just like, all right, I need to read Dragonwyck. There's probably something there. So we'll see if I get to that book, and I'm going to have to get it in electronic format because I haven't seen it in physical format anywhere that I go to get books, half-price books. I don't think I've seen it at Barnes & Noble at all, and I don't think I've seen it at my local library in physical format. They have electronic copies though, so I'm gonna borrow that and put it on my Kindle. Physical TBR. Now let's get to that. There's a lot on here, and it's not in any particular order at this point. I think I will talk about my library books first. Let's talk about the library books first. Essentialism by Brig McKeown. I need to read this and finish it up. It's going to be really short. I know it'll be really short. The print's big. There's lots of spacing, lots of pictures in here. So it'll be a quick read. I just need to pick it up and read it. It's basically about disciplined pursuit of less, and something about, finding yourself being stretched too thin, being overworked and underutilized, and kind of how to alleviate that, strategies, techniques, and basically not letting people treat you like a doormat. So I'm hoping that's the kind of advice that's in here, because I probably need it a lot. We'll see. Let me move over a bit so I've got some room to put these down. Okay. Then the Laura Childs, one of her mysteries. This one is Pico Most Poison, and it's just another formulaic Laura Childs mystery, and they're just cozy and fun and great to read while in bed. I have read some of it already. I just need to pick it up in the evenings and just finish it out. Then Murakami's Dance, Dance, Dance. I have been meaning to get to this one for a little while. It is about the Dolphin Hotel, and it is part of the Rat series. It was, I think, the trilogy of the Rat or something like that. I read the other books in it, but I had no idea that Dance, Dance, Dance was also about those characters. So I would really like to read this, finish it out, and I hope it's really interesting. Murakami's last book that I read, which was After Dark. After Dark kind of threw me off a little bit. It was still interesting, but I wasn't as into it, I think, as I was the rest of his books. So I'm kind of hoping that Dance, Dance, Dance will be more like a Wild Sheep Chase and the Wind and Pinball books. So I'm hoping for good things from this. Then I wanted to also read a Kazuo Ishiguro. I did enjoy the writing from Never Let Me Go. It was just so sad that it kind of depressed me. I'm hoping that this one is not as sad, but I'm also afraid that it is sad. So I'm a little afraid of reading this. But I'm going to try and get over that fear and pick it up and read it, because I enjoy his writing so much. Kazuo Ishiguro is wonderful with prose, and I just enjoyed the heck out of his writing style. So here we go. After Victober, I really wanted to read Tess of the Dubervilles. It is a long book. It is a Thomas Hardy book. Although I'm kind of thinking I want to go ahead and save this for next Victober, but I'm a little split on that. Really torn. I want to read this so bad. I've heard it is just an absolute masterpiece. It is emotional, heart-wrenching, just, that kind of thing. I don't know if I'm prepared for a sad time right now, though. And also, I kind of think that this may be better serving me if I wait till next Victober, or if I just wait maybe till a little bit later in the year. I don't know. Or in the year to come, I should say. We're almost through 2023. So I don't know yet. I may or may not pick this one up this month. We shall see. I don't know. I was kind of digging around the house for some other books that were kind of short, because I figure, hey, short books, I can get them done quickly. There you go. I did not know I had this copy of The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And I am excited because it's so cute. It's so little. It's just adorable. The Prophet is Khalil Gibran's masterpiece, his most celebrated statement about the truths of human experience. Infused with a timeless wisdom about life and death, and written in spare, beautifully cadenced poetic language, these modern classics have furnished countless individuals with words of joy or consolation on occasion of birth, marriage, death, and all of others' life's milestones. So I'm kind of really intrigued by The Prophet. I liked the other book that I read by Khalil Gibran, The Broken Wings. Very poetic, very beautiful. I'm thinking that this will be just as wonderful, just as beautiful. So I may start that very, very soon. Probably as soon as I get finished with Orlando. So we'll see. My Antonia is kind of in the same boat. I'm kind of waiting until I finish up Orlando before I hit another classic. And My Antonia is very high on the list. This is just supposed to be really, really pretty. It happens in the Midwest of the United States, and that's why I'm really mostly interested in it, because I'd like to read more books that take place in my area of the country, to be honest. So I'm hoping that this is really good. I've talked about it in several other videos too, so, you know, hopefully that will be really good. Then there is this other fantasy, and I think that I will be trying to pick this one up after I finish out the Caraval series. This is called The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, and this is by Megan Banner. I have heard nothing but good things so far. It's supposed to be really cozy. It's supposed to be a really interesting, different kind of fantasy world. Something to do with zombies and like the dead rising. And the main characters are fighting against that sort of thing. I don't really know much else about it, but I've just heard the vibes are outstanding. So I'm in it for the vibes. And we're sort of kind of still in the spooky-ish time of year. So if I don't end up reading this month, I will end up probably shelving it. I may end up picking it up for Summerween if it would qualify for any of that. Or I might just save it until next October for more spooky seasonal sort of read. But we'll see. We'll see if I get to it. It seems like it'd be really interesting. Upon Emmy's recommendations over at Emmy, her booktube, Ice Fields by Thomas Wharton. I decided I'd go ahead and pick it up. I did start it, and it's interesting. It's really fascinating, and I like the writing style. I like the cadence of the story itself. It's very good. And yeah, I think I'm definitely going to finish this month. It's just really interesting, and whatever is in the ice, I know it's in the ice now, and it's got me intrigued. So we will see. There was also a necklace that Emmy had gone in with Ana Luisa jewelry on, and I did buy that piece of jewelry because it looked really pretty. And I like gold jewelry a lot, and so I thought it was really unique. And then when I did that, I was like, you know what, I should probably read Ice Fields so I know exactly what this jewelry was inspired by. So I'm glad I picked it up. It was kind of difficult to find, though. It took me a couple of weeks searching eBay, like, you know, to just find a decent copy of it, because so many copies were all messed up. I mean, this one isn't fantastic either. But it's readable. Nothing is highlighted in it. Nothing's written in. I don't like my books pre-written in. I think it distracts me a lot when I see somebody else's thought processes in these books. When I was in school and I would get the used textbooks, I absolutely hated the fact that everything was highlighted and drawn on, and, you know, people taking notes in the textbook. I hated it so much. And I like the fact that this didn't have any of that, despite it being used. So there you go there. And then it's just, for some reason, that time of year, and I really, really want to read some more Shakespeare. So I am attempting to make my way through Hamlet, because I've seen it performed, but I've never actually read it. So I want to read The Tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. And then I'm also thinking Julius Caesar might be really good to read. What is this? This is the Oxford tragedies, the Oxford Shakespeare tragedies. I was thinking maybe Macbeth might be great to read also, because I haven't really read very many of the tragedies. I have read Romeo and Juliet out of here, but I was thinking Julius Caesar, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, or Macbeth to start off with might be other good tragedies to get into. So I just was very struck by If We Were Villains. So good if you were into Shakespeare at all. So very good. I enjoyed the heck out of that one. It really makes me want to read more Shakespeare myself, just because it's cool. All the cool girls are doing it. What can I say? It's so funny. But yeah, just you know, my heart is with Shakespeare. The man knew how to write really good prose, really good quotes. It's just wonderful. Every time I've read something really inspirational by Shakespeare, it just makes you all tingly. At least it does for me. Maybe I'm weird like that. So, okay. I think that is it. That is it for the November TBR. This video is so late getting out. It's like halfway through November already, so I doubt that I'm even going to make it through half of these books. We'll see. I don't know. I've already, like I said, read nearly 3 books off the list. I'm sorry, 4 off the list, but I didn't really, include those. So in the rest of the month TBR, we'll call this the rest of the month TBR. I think that works okay. So I hope that you all are enjoying your November. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.